So hello dear students, welcome to the second part of this chapter, the digestive system. So here we are going to learn about the teeth or the tooth, okay, and we are going to learn about the structure of the teeth, the different type of teeth along with its functions. So let's go through the second part of this video. On the second chapter, the digestive systems, we are going to start with the teeth, the dentition. So we are learning about the various organs of the digestive systems. So in the first part, in the first video, we have learned about the mouth, we have learned about the upper lip, the lower lip, and the tongue functions. Now we learn about the second organ of the digestive system, that is teeth, or we can say the dentition also. Okay, so teeth has a very important role. It has got a very specific role, that is mainly help to break the food particles in smaller bit into small parts, so that those smaller parts of the food particles can be easily mixed with the saliva and will help in the process of digestion. Not only it will break the food particles in smaller bits into smaller parts, but also it will help in speaking also. All right, and most important thing, it will help to add the facial beauty also. Okay, just imagine yourself without a teeth. Clear? Okay, so an adult human normally has 32 teeth. Clear? So these teeth are different in shape and used to perform different functions. And what are those teeth actually? So you can see in the diagram also, those teeth are mainly incisor, canine, premolar, and the molar. So these are the different types of teeth, okay, which are present. So incisor, canine, premolar, and molar. So you can see there in one half of the jaw, okay, in one half of the jaw we have got 2 incisor, okay, 1 canine, 2 premolar, and 3 molar. That means in one half of the jaw we have got 8 teeth. So in each half of the jaw, when we used to combine the 4 half of the jaw, okay, the 4 part of the jaw, then we have got 32 sets of teeth, or 32 teeth. So 8 into 4 will be 32. So one half has got 8 teeth. So each half, that means when you consider this half, we have got 16. So when you consider both the half, then we have got 32 teeth. Clear? And the different teeth, incisor, canine, premolar, and molar. So we are going to deal with each and every teeth. So first one, we will see the incisor. Okay, so look at the diagram of the incisor also, the incisor teeth. So incisors are the front teeth in the center of each jaw. So their cutting edges are broad and sharp like a chisel. So they are used for biting and cutting. So what is the function of incisor? They are used for biting and cutting. Okay, then comes the canine, which are present on the either side of the incisor in each jaw. So let's see the function. So these are conical. Can you see the structure over here? So these are conical and sharply pointed for holding and tearing the food. So these canines are mainly used for holding and tearing the food particles. Then comes the premolar, okay, which are 2 on each side in each jaw. Listen very carefully. There are 2 premolar on each side in each jaw next to the canine. So each premolar has 2 hill-like projection or cups. If you look over here, you can see the present 2 hill-like projection or the cups, and hence it is known as bicuspid. Bi means 2. Okay, cuspid means cusp. So there are 2 cusp structure. So it is called bicuspid. And the function of premolar, it helps in grinding and it helps in crossing the food particles. Then comes the molar. We have got 3 teeth, okay, and the last 3 teeth on each side in each jaw. They have a larger surface than the premolar. So if you look at the structure of the molar, it has got a larger surface than the premolar also. Okay, so they are the principal grinders and the crusher of the food, and the last molar of each side in each jaw is called the wisdom tooth. Okay, so what are the different types of teeth? A tooth: incisor, canine, premolar, and molar. Incisors are the front teeth, okay, and is mainly used for biting and cutting. Then comes the canine, which are present 1 on either side of the incisors. It's mainly conical pointed and mainly used for holding and tearing the food particle. Then comes the premolar, which are 2 on each side and mainly next to the canine, and each premolar has a two heel-like projection of the cup, so it's called bicuspid function, grinding and crushing the food. Then comes the molar, which are mainly three in each side on each jaw, and they have a larger surface area than the premolar, and they are the principal grinder and crushers of the food. And mainly the last molar of each side is known as the wisdom tooth. Clear? So go through the structure and the function of different types of tooth or the teeth. Okay, they are mainly incisor means I, okay, canine means C, premolar means PM, and molar means M. Okay, next one, the human being teeth. Okay, so since we have seen different types of teeth, incisor, canine, premolar, and molar, so therefore the tooth or the teeth of the human being or the mammalian teeth are known as heterodont, since they are different in shape. Right, we have seen the different shape and the different functions of the human teeth. They have got different structures, they have got different function. So therefore the human or the mammalian teeth are different in shape, and therefore they are called heterodont. H-E-T-E-R-O. Hetero means different. Be very careful. Okay, the word hetero means different and don't means teeth. Clear? So the human being teeth or the mammalian teeth, they are heterodont. Why? Because we have got different structures of teeth and we have got different functions of teeth. And what are the different types of teeth? Incisor, canine, premolar, and molar, which have got different shape and different function. So it is heterodont in nature. Whereas in case of other animals like lizards and frogs, the teeth are homodont. Homo means similar. Okay, H-O-M-O, homo means similar, don't means teeth. So in case of other animals like lizards and frog, the teeth is homodont. They have got similar structure and functions, but we used to have heterodont teeth because our teeth are different in structures and different in functions. Okay, now the mammalian teeth appears in two sets during lifetime. If you have ever heard, then you have heard about the milk teeth and the permanent teeth, also called temporary or deciduous teeth, and the permanent teeth. So therefore in case of mammals, so mammalian teeth, it appeared in two sets, okay, during the life. So in human, the first set or the milk teeth, very carefully, in human the first set or the milk teeth consist of 20 teeth. How many teeth? 20 teeth. Clear? But the premolars are absent. Listen very carefully. But the premolars are absent. Okay. Then this milk teeth or the first set of teeth start growing through the gums. Okay, and when the child is about 7 to 8 months old and are completed, when the child will reach about 2 years old, that means from 7 to 8 months, listen very carefully, from 7 to 8 months the teeth will start coming out from the gums, and sometimes can be very painful also. Yeah, so from 7 to 8 months the teeth start growing out, they start coming out from the gums, and it will be completed by the child will reach the age of 2 years. So these teeth are mainly called the temporary teeth or the deciduous teeth. Okay, and finally falls out as a result of the root being dissolved away in the jaw, and these temporary teeth are completely replaced by the permanent teeth by the age of 12 years. Clear? So mainly the first set of teeth is known as the temporary teeth or deciduous teeth with 20 in number, but we don't find premolar. So when the child will reach the age of 7 to 8 months, so this particular teeth will start coming out from the gums, okay, and it will be completed after 2 years of age, and this teeth will finally start coming out, okay, when the roots will be completely dissolved by the jaw, and it will be replaced by the permanent set of teeth by the age of 12 years. So you can see the figure number 11.3, the temporary teeth in a child and the permanent teeth growing below them. Okay, so we will never find the premolar in case of the temporary teeth or the deciduous teeth. Now let's talk about the dental formula. Okay, so the number of permanent teeth of mammal is usually indicated in a formula. So we are saying that we have got 100 number of teeth. Okay, so in human child, in human adolescents, and the adult human, we have got different set of teeth. So this particular set of teeth is usually indicated by a formula known as dental formula, D-E-N-T-A-L, dental formula, where the number of of incisors, canines, premolar and molars is given in the order. Okay, so I means incisor, C means canine. Very carefully, I means incisor, C means canine, PM means premolar and M means molar. Okay, and this will be strictly given in the same order for 1/2 of each jaw. That means for 1/2 of each jaw. Okay, so let's talk about the dental formula of the human child up to 2 years. So you can see, we are just look very carefully over here. We are not writing the dental formula of the entire jaw, the entire set of teeth in the entire jaw. Okay, we are just going to write the dental formula of the teeth for 1/2 of each jaw. So this half. Okay, so this half of the teeth we are going to write the dental formula. So remember the symbols. I means incisor, C means canine, PM means premolar and M means molar. Clear? So let's go with the dental formula of the human child up to 2 years. Okay, so here you can see 2102. So for your confusion, so each half this side. Clear? So we are going to talk about the upper part, upper half. Okay, then we'll go to the lower half. So this one is the upper part, and this lower one is this part. Clear? So we are going to learn about the 1/2 of each jaw. So this we are going to write the formula for the upper part and the lower part of the teeth. So here in the upper part you can see 2102. So 2 means incisor. Clear? 1 means canine, 0 is premolar and 2 means molar. That means in case of human child up to 2 years, what we are finding is that in each half, 1/2 of each jaw, okay, in 1/2 of each jaw we are finding 2 plus 2 will be 4. So we are finding 4 incisor. Okay, we are finding 2 canine. We don't have premolar in child. Then we are finding how many molar? 4 molar. So count it. So 2 plus 2 will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1/2 of each jaw we are finding 10 sets of teeth. So 10 plus 10 will be how much? 20. So therefore in case of human child there will be how many teeth? There will be 20 milk teeth. Are you getting it? So you have just write the formula of this half of the jaw. So where we have find 10 teeth. So in the upper part 2 incisor, lower part 2 incisor, 4. In the upper part 1 canine, lower part 1 canine, that means 2 canine. There is no premolar in the upper part, and lower part there is no premolar. Then we have got 2 molar in the upper part and 2 molar in the lower part. So we have got 4 molar. So when we count it, so 1/2 of each jaw there are 10 teeth. So 10 plus 10 will be how much? 20. So human child has how many milk teeth? 20 milk teeth. Now let's go to the human adolescent up to 17 to 20 years. Okay, so we are going to learn again 1/2 each jaw. So there are how many incisor? So just look over here. 2 incisor upper part, canine 1. Now we are finding premolar. How much? 2 premolar. And how many molar? 2 molar. Similarly in the lower half, 2 incisor, 1 canine, 2 premolar and 2 molar. Now count the number of teeth on 1/2 each jaw. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 7 will be 14. So that means 1/2 of each jaw there are 14 teeth. So all over will how many teeth? 14 plus 14 will be 28. So in human adolescents we are going to find how many permanent teeth? 28 permanent teeth. Okay, similarly let's go to human adult. For 1/2 each jaw we are finding 4 incisor, 2 canine, 4 premolar and 6 molar. So over here there are how many wisdom teeth? 4 wisdom teeth included. So 1/2 of each jaw, how many teeth are there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 8 will be 16. So 1/2 of each jaw there are 16 teeth. So all over how many there? 16 plus 16 will be 32. So in human adult we are finding how many teeth? We are finding 32 permanent teeth. So these are the dental formula for the human child, for the human adolescents and the human adults. Remember, the first one is incisor, the second one is canine, the third one is premolar, and the fourth one is molar. So I am telling that in human child, these 2 means incisor, 1 means canine, 0 means premolar, and 2 means molar. In adolescents, 2 means incisor, 1 means canine, 2 means premolar, and 2 means molar. In adult human being, 2 means incisor, 1 means canine, 2 means premolar, and 3 means molar. So kindly go through the general dental formula of the human child, human adolescent, and the human adult. Okay, now let's talk about the structure of a tooth. So the general structure of a tooth is the same. Each tooth consists of a crown. Okay, each tooth consists of a crown or the part exposed above the gum. So can you see the crown over here? So whatever the tooth will be exposed above the gum, that is the crown. Okay, and the next part is the root, and the second part is the root, which is embedded in a cup-like socket or the jaw bone. Okay, the root is mainly composed of a single process. Okay, root is composed of a single process or of a 2 process. Either we will find a single process in case of roots, or we will find a 2 process or fangs like in premolar and the molar. Okay, can you see over here? So this is mainly the single process. Whatever you are finding the 2 fangs or the 2 process. So either this root will have a single process or the 2 process or fangs like in that of a premolar or a molar. Then the next part is the neck. The neck is a slight constriction between the root and the crown. So between the root and the crown we will find the neck. So each and every root they have crown, the part exposed above the gum, then we have got a neck portion, then we have got the root portion. Okay, so these are the parts of a tooth. So in a vertical section, when you go through the vertical section, the root or the tooth will show the following parts. So what are those parts? So on the vertical section, when you go for the vertical sections, the following parts can be seen in the tooth. So first part is the enamel. Okay, so first part is the enamel, E-N-A-M-E-L, which covers the crown. It's also known as ivory, I-V-O-R, ivory, and is the hardest substance in the body. This is very careful. This enamel is the hardest substance in the body. Then comes the dentine, which forms the bulk of the tooth. Okay, it is harder than the bone, but not as hard than the enamel. So enamel is the hardest part of the body. Okay, so this dentine is hard than the bone, but not that as hard as that of the enamel. So it has minute canal through which the strands runs the strands of the cytoplasm of the cells in the pulp cavity. Okay, then comes cement part. Can you see why the cement part, C-E-M-E-N, cement part, which covers and fixes the root in position. So it's a bone-like structures, okay, which will help in covering and fixing the root in positions. Then come the pulp, the soft connective tissue part. Can you see the pulp cavity over here? So this is the pulp cavity part, the next part. So first part enamel is there, dentine is there, then we have got the cement part is there, which will help to keep the root in positions. Then the soft part is called the pulp, P-U-L-P, pulp, which is mainly composed of soft convex tissues. And whenever the pulp will be damaged, we used to have the toothache. So soft convex tissues contained in the central space of the tooth. It consists of blood capillary, limb vessels, and the nerve fibers. Clear? And mainly, since this pulp cavity is composed of blood vessels like limb capillary, okay, blood capillary and nerve fibers, so mainly we used to feel that toothache whenever this pulp will be damaged or will be infected. Okay, so kindly go to the structure of the tooth, which is mainly composed of crown, root, and neck. But when you go to the vertical section of the root, we will find enamel, right, which covers the crown, which is the hardest part of the body. Then dentine, the another bulk part of the tooth, okay, which is harder than the bone, but not as hard than the enamel. Okay, then it has a minute canal through which runs the strands of cytoplasm of the cell in the pulp cavity. Then cement part, okay, which is the another hard bony structures which used to keep the root in positions. Then the pulp part, which is mainly the soft connective tissue part, okay, which is contained in the pulp cavity or the central cavity. It consists of blood capillary, blood vessels, nerve fibers, which are continuous below those are buried through the opening of the pulp cavity and at the base of the root. And whenever this pulp cavity or the pulp will be infected or damaged, then we start having the toothache. Okay, so today we have just finished the structure of a tooth. We have gone through the process of dentitions, where we have seen or we have learned about the different types of tooth along the functions, incisor, canine, premolar, molar. Then we have learned about heterodont and homodont, right? Then we have learned the dental formula of the child, right, of the adolescent, and that of the adult. Okay, then we have gone through structure of a tooth and the vertical section of a tooth. Okay, so this much for today. We'll continue with the same chapter, that is digestive systems, in the third part of this video. So this much for today. See you in next class. Thank you.